act like? What kind of machine does this remind you of with this air coming out of these? Can you feel the air? Come on here, feel the air. Just feel the air. What kind of machine does this remind you of that you all have in your basement? Air hockey table, okay? How many have an air hockey table in their basement? Oh, come on. Does anybody have an air hockey table?
My neighbor does.
Okay, that's where you spend a lot of time. Used to when it was new. Right now you don't go over there at all anymore, right? Okay. And I have one too in my basement, and I use it to hold things. I don't hardly ever use it anymore, okay? But my kids loved it at first for about 3 weeks, okay? So remember that when you're buying things. Okay, so the air track, it has little holes in it, and what force is it trying to get rid of? Friction, okay? Watch what happens, okay? Well, watch what happens. Give it a little speed, and there it goes, and it bounces back. Boom, okay? And now, when I shut it off, the air takes a while to stop. Okay, so it's still doing, oh, but there it goes. And now if I try and give it, now there's friction. Okay, the force of friction, okay? So, my first question to you is, just sitting on the track, are there any forces present? Talk to me.
No.
No?
Yes.
Wait now, one of you said no, one of you said yes. Now let's test it. Is there a force on this object?
Gravity.
Gravity. And if I drop this object,
Friction.
it started to,
Drop.
with increasing
Acceleration.
velocity, which means that it was accelerating, okay? Due to the acceleration of gravity. Okay, all good answers. Now, John, think about it, okay? Are there any forces acting when it's just sitting here? Well, if it was just sitting in space, it would experience the gravitational force, so you're correct. There's a force of gravity working on it. But because it's sitting here on this bench, this air track, this triangular air track, and it's not falling, what must be true?
So there's another force.
There must be another force pushing up on it equally and oppositely, so that the net force is 0. Okay? Okay, so just sitting here, yes, there are forces acting in the vertical. And we're going to study that in a big way in Chapter 4. Okay? That's Newton's laws of force. We're going to learn how to do physics with forces. Okay? But first we're going to learn how to do physics with just the consideration of motion. Okay? Of an object. Now, are there any horizontal forces acting on this that you can see? We just saw that there was one earlier if I pushed it, but if I didn't push it, is that force acting on it? Not really. It's just kind of sitting there, okay? So even friction's pretty much not working on it. But if I went to push it, now I got it going, okay? Yes, then I would feel the force of friction resisting me, but not until I pushed it, okay, one way or the other. Okay, so the answer to the first one is yes, there are some forces acting on it, okay?